Hello, welcome. Today I have another ink sample review video for you, and this one is by Faber Castell, and it is called Deep Sea Green. So let's go ahead and take this out, and we'll do an ink swatch here. It's a really pretty color. Definitely a bluish green, which I suppose all greens have blue in it, I guess, but this is leaning more towards the blue. Really a pretty color. Trying to get this ink to spread out a little bit just so that it'll dry. All right. And then let's go ahead and put the name on here. Okay. And that's how that looks so far. I'm going to go ahead and set this under a fan to dry. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, and we've got some copy paper here. And I always like to test these out on copy paper just in case maybe you're out and about or you're at school or work and all you have handy is some inexpensive paper and you just want to know if this ink is going to behave. Alright, this is copy paper. Alright, that's how this looks so far. Very pretty color. And I'm going to go ahead and set that aside to dry, and now we're going to try this on some HP 32. And HP 32 is a form of copy paper, but it's a nice quality, and it's very smooth and resists the ink a little bit. So sometimes if there are special properties in the ink, you can see it on the HP 32. And if there are any other colors that you'd like to see me review, leave a suggestion, and if I have it or if I can get it, then we'll do a review video. There we go. There's that. Really pretty color again. Let's try this on some Tomoe River paper. And Tomoe River paper is very smooth, and it also tends to show off the properties of the ink very, very well. So I always like to do a swatch test with it. All right. This is Tomoe River. And if there are any there we go. Alright, so here's how that looks so far. Looks really good. I'm going to check on our swatch and see if it's dry. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So here's how it looks on the copy paper. It actually did really well. I don't see any feathering, and it's a beautiful greeny blue color. Very pretty. And it has a tiny bit of shading, but not really. It's difficult to see on the copy paper, so I wouldn't get this if you want shading on copy paper. But it's a beautiful color. And then on the HP 32, you can see that the color is a lot richer between the two papers. And there's definitely a little bit of shading going on. You can see it a little bit more clearly on the HP 32 paper. So there is some shading in this. It's a really pretty color. And then on the Tomoe River, you can see where we get the green from the name. So here's this kind of a bluish green around the outside, like a kind of a teal. But then the colors separate, and in the middle here you're seeing a green with this dark shading on either side of it. And then of course you got the beautiful shading in the writing. This is a really pretty ink on the Tomoe River. So if you like to see the different shades, the different colors and the shading and everything, I would stick with the Tomoe River for this one. But it's still a pretty color by itself on the other papers. And then let's take a look at the swatch. Here's how that looks. And it's really pretty. You can clearly see on this where this you've got this blue, you got some halo shading here around the edges of the ribbons, and down here you can see the green blooming through, and then there's this dark color, this dark blue, and I think that's actually a sheen. It's just not super shiny, but it's just enough to give the writing down here some nice shading. Look at the A. I'm hoping the camera picks this up, but there's that sheen around the edge of the A and on the E in the end here and on this A. So it looks like if you have a pen that puts down a lot of ink, perhaps you'll get some nice sheen as well as shading in the writing. So this is a really pretty color. If I can find it, I'll leave a link for it down below. And if you enjoy these videos or if they're helpful to you at all, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss anything. And thank you so much for watching. You have a great day.